Hello, my name is Dr. Luci and Trish. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Psychology and Counseling at Caldwell College. I teach courses on campus as well as courses online. So today, I'd like to share with you 3 suggestions that I think will make your online learning a more enjoyable and beneficial experience. The first suggestion refers to becoming familiar with the online portal that we use at Caldwell College called Moodle. Moodle is spelled M-O-O-D-L-E. And Moodle has several features which are very useful for you to know before your classes start. So for example, let's say your course requires you to post weekly on assignments so that you have communication with your colleagues in class. So what I would recommend for you to do is before classes start, or even maybe the first few days that the course begins, maybe you can post something to your professor to make sure that you learned how to use this feature, so that when it comes time for the assignments to be posted, you're not struggling with learning how to use the technology before focusing on the assignment. Secondly, I would like to encourage you to, for example, stay in touch with your professor, whether it's through email or through messages on Moodle, or through actually coming in on campus if you are within driving distance of the college. Perhaps this would be a better way for the professor to get to know you and for you to ask any questions that you may have on the material. The only way the professors know that you are logged into the course and that you're responding to the material is if you log in, and professors have a way of knowing whether you have logged into Moodle or not, and we have a way of seeing which assignments you have viewed. So the only communication that we have with you is through this technology. So if you're familiar with the technology, and if you are messaging your professors through Moodle and corresponding in a timely manner to the emails and to the assignments that are posted, this will be a very useful way for you to keep up with the material. The third suggestion that I have for you is to make sure that you're following the deadlines posted on the syllabi for your courses. Online courses have a very timely assessment of the material, and some of the material can come up very quickly. So in certain courses, if the material is very cumulative, it's important that you complete assignment 1 before you complete assignment 2. So if you have questions on assignment 1, it would be harder for you to complete assignment 2 if you haven't done the first part of the assignment. So completing your courses in a timely manner will ensure that you are keeping up with the classwork, that you are keeping a dialogue with your colleagues. Some courses may require for you to communicate with your classmates on certain topics and certain discussions. So if you are keeping up with these assignments, this will be easier for you to successfully complete the course. In the event that an unpredictable event can happen in your life, if you are updated with the materials in the class, it might be easier for you and the professor to come to an agreement as to how these assignments can be completed in a timely manner. So to review, I'd like to share with you again these 3 suggestions. Be familiar with Moodle. Stay keeping up with your professors through communication, whether it is through Moodle or through email or through phone calls. And thirdly, hand in your assignments on time. I hope that these 3 suggestions can make your learning experience more enjoyable and a more advantageous process for you here at Caldwell College. Thank you, and I look forward to having you in some of my courses online.
Hi, I'm Dr. Varone from the English department. In addition to the many courses I teach on campus, I also teach online versions of some of our courses. And I thought today I'd share with you a couple of ideas that I think will make your experience in an online course more rewarding. My first piece of advice is to suggest that you preview your course syllabus before the semester begins. You can count on the fact that most professors have their syllabus up 5 to 10 days before the course actually begins. It's a good opportunity. It gives you time to see what textbook might be required and gives you time to order that textbook. It'll also give you the opportunity to figure out how you can space your time, how you can prioritize your responsibilities and the many tasks that you'll be asked to do for the course. So it's a very good idea to take that time to look over that course syllabus, and then, of course, if you have any questions, to call or email your professor. My second point, and I know it's one you've heard before, and you'll hear many times once you enroll in an online course, and that is please observe due dates. Most professors divide their courses into units, 5 or 6 typically, or 7 maybe units. And each one of those units is accompanied by very special due dates, dates that you have to get your work into the professor. Observing due dates is important because, first of all, it makes the learning process much more rewarding, mainly because it gives the professors time to get you adequate feedback, so that as you prepare for your next assignment, you know exactly what your strengths and weaknesses are. The third point I want to make is very important. It has to do with a policy we have here at Caldwell College that we call the Academic Integrity Policy. It's important because sometimes, especially when you're feeling alone on an online course and maybe a little bit confused about the material you're reading or about the assignment you're due to hand in, sometimes you have a tendency to perhaps sit at your computer, do a little research, and although you might come up with some very good ideas for your assignment, you have to really ask yourself, was it your idea? If it wasn't, it means that you have to acknowledge where you got that idea from. And you do that by properly citing in your written work. The penalties for not abiding by our academic integrity policy here at the college are strict. And it's not something you really ever want to encounter. So if you're unsure, if you're hesitant about what's required of you, if you're having difficulty with some of the reading, better to contact your professor. He or she is always available by email, by telephone, sometimes in the form of a discussion forum or a chat group. I hope these 3 points were helpful, and I hope, more importantly, that they make your experience in an online course much more rewarding.